There we go. Oh, my tiny... Hang on. Hang on, guys. I gotta adjust my tiny tie. There we go. Tiny tie. Alright, we're good. Keemstar. No Keemstar in here. Alright, let's get started for today. There is quite a shit ton of news happened this week. The end of the year usually is, but it happened there was a surprising amount in a sense for just like lots of small ones. So I'm gonna try and be pretty brisk today, so we'll see how it goes. But after this we will be doing a bit of Astro's Playroom, so I'm pretty flexible on how long this goes for. So let's get started. Granblue Fantasy Relink is coming to PS5 and PS4 in 2022. Holy shit. Okay, so this one's a bit of a weird story. So I've been looking forward to this game. This was actually, so if you guys love Nier Automata and all the things that Platinum make, Platinum made the base for this game. They handed it over back to Cygames to continue their work because Cygames owns the IP for Granblue, it's their thing. And then they had it in development. It was basically, it's kind of a Genshin Impact style action RPG, not a full open world game. Party-based systems, all that. It looked really, really fucking good. I was very excited for that game. However, it seems like it's gone through some sort of dev hell since it's gone back to Cygames to hand off to other developers to work on. And the game has been basically remade from scratch. The base engine is not actually using any of that stuff anymore. It's gone through some crazy ass work. So it was meant to be coming out next year, I believe, but now they've added another year onto it. And yeah, the game looks good though. They showed off another trailer, like an actual full gameplay like segment, and it looks really good still, but you can tell it's different. It's kind of rough. And it also doesn't look as good as say Genshin Impact does at times. So yeah, little disappointing. I'm really still looking forward to that game. Hopefully it's just not one of those things that happens and then just goes underground and we never hear from it again. But yeah, there'll be a lot of work, a lot of wasted. Cygames has a lot of fucking money, so hopefully this does come out in a good state. The tiny tie looks good on you. Someone mentioned it last week. I'm like, that's a good idea. Glasses and a tie. We'll go full business mode. But yeah, looking forward to that game eventually. So the Cygames news also happened amongst the Granblue big old festival that they do regularly every year. But they also announced two characters. UL, which this is for Granblue Fantasy, by the way, the fighting game, which is a very, very good fighting game. If you're not very good at fighting games, maybe check out this game because it's very fun and very easy to get into because it doesn't require motion inputs. They are there though. I think it's very good because they've done that. They have introduced UL and also announced Anre. So UL will be coming out soon, and we saw her full playthrough, like how she works and everything like that. She looks amazing. And she's also paired with her other half, and I can't remember her name. Shit, she's in her super. It eludes me. But the two girls, the basically the waifu lesbians of that game. I can't remember the name. Shit. But yeah, they're from the Society. Wait. Best Friend Society. Wait, is her name actually... I don't think that's what her name is. I'm very confused there. But anyway, they look amazing. And Anre, who is a very small lad, but is the god of gods, basically. The Celestials. Your glasses are too big? Yeah, I need them to be able to see this big-ass monitor. The bigger the glasses, the smarter the boy, right? That's right. Full business. Hey, and how you going? But yeah, if you haven't seen how these two play, it looks really cool. They showed them off a little bit. I could watch a lot of trailers today, it's one thing I could say, but it's one of those things where I want to try and keep it as minimal as possible, but yeah. If you haven't played a Arxis game, by the way, what the fuck are you doing? Arxis fighting games are the best. They look so good, they play so good, they're just fun. easily my favorite fighting games. But yeah, so this is UL. She is a two swords character, box girl. She's very cheeky, and so basically they're from like the society, and they're very sort of prim and proper pretty girls. They are dancers, so both of their attack stylings are very sort of dancer heavy. Hopefully that shows. I think they will show off their special, but yeah. This game looks pretty horny. Granblue's pretty horny at times, but it's okay. It's fucking sick. You can be horny if you're fucking cool. It doesn't matter. That's what it's all about here. It's about being cool. Oh, God, she looks really fun, I'm not gonna lie. She has a lot of records and stuff like that, so she'll probably be a very close range, heavy, quick character. There she is. So my main was actually the one on the left, the white-haired one, for a long time. I just got Sephiroth in Smash. He seems like a really cool character. He is fucking amazing. I really want to play him. I don't know much about this game, but the art style is very pretty. Granblue is amazingly pretty. And they revealed him. Pretty much people knew it'd have to be one of the Celestials. But he's very small. He's a very small lad. But he's very powerful. He is essentially a god. Yeah, so Unray's coming in. I think he's one of the two Celestials we have in the game now. But yeah. And this is part of Season Pass 2. So this is for Granblue Versus, by the way, if you didn't know what I was talking about. So that's what this is. Very excited. Oh no, there's a bad gateway. Let's try again. Hang on. Alright, moving on. EA agrees for 1.2 billion acquisition of Codemasters. So hopefully this article also includes the other detail. Was originally Codemasters was going to be purchased by a different company, which was Take-Two. So EA snuck in and bid underneath them. You guys can be horny. Unfortunately, we've got no horny sound effects right now. I will fix that, I promise. I'm so sorry that didn't work today. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's due to the fact that we have sometimes it seems to refresh itself at the end of the month. I don't really know why it does that, but I'll try and fix it. Oh, excuse me. But yes, sort of a big deal. That's a lot of money. A lot of IPs being brought under EA. EA just purchases everything pretty much, but yeah, you know how it goes. So yeah, we'll see how that turns out. Too much horny power. Yeah, that's what broke the bot. You're all too horny, you hear me? I do not wish to be horny anymore. Alright, so there's lots of Cyberpunk littered throughout today. I'm going to try and talk about it bit by bit, not all at once because there's a lot of it. But here, we'll start with this one. CD Projekt Red apologizes for not showcasing the last gen Cyberpunk 2077 offers refunds. So, if you haven't been keeping track, Cyberpunk came out. This is the game that everyone's been waiting for the past few years. It's been developed for 8 years. It's really, people really wanted to play this game. It's pretty fucking cool. However, it's got it's not very well optimized. There is bugs on the PC version to no end. The game is really unfinished in some regard. However, it is even worse on the consoles, and this is now considered last gen consoles of being the PS4 and the Xbox One. It's unplayable. People have shown off where it doesn't work. It looks fucking awful. It has so many glitches. Basically, they needed to refund it. This should not have come out. CD Projekt should have delayed this. They should have just made it so the last gen console versions come out later and just only release for the next gen if they even work very well on that. But yeah, does it just look bad on old gen, or is it really buggy? It's got all the same bugs, pretty much, Sasquatch. The same bugs that exist on the PC exist on the console version, if not worse in some regard, from what I've seen. So yeah, this so the big game of the year, Good thing good thing it didn't come out before the Game Awards, because that would have been a pretty big messy show, especially if it won anything. But yeah, we'll see. There's more on this as we go throughout today. So I was gonna buy that game. Glad I missed the bullet. Yeah, this is a game you should probably maybe wait for maybe a year. I think 6 months to a year feels like a good amount of time for things to probably be corrected. But I would not suggest getting it on console at all. At all right now. It's not worth it at all. Steam breaks the concurrent users record at nearly 25 million. So they've been pretty close to the 25 million mark for quite some time. But yeah, just cool to see. PC gaming's still going extremely strong. Gaming is just getting bigger and bigger and bigger every day. But yeah, I was gonna get an Xbox 360 copy. It's just a slideshow. It doesn't run. It's just a slideshow. You get low poly frames every now and then. But yeah, that's really cool. Games really cool. Games are really cool. PCs are really cool. Cyberpunk developers promise bonuses despite declining reviews. So like I said, this is going to be scattered because these are in order, and I did run out a bit of time for reordering these. So Cyberpunk had already a massive drop in score as soon as it happened. The stocks fell before it even released. It's continuing to fall, but this is something that needs to happen, and if it doesn't happen, that I want this company to be in deep shit. If it doesn't, they need to pay their staff. Giving them their bonuses is something they need to do, but we've already talked about they have already recouped all their costs. So it's not so bad. We talked about that last week. They've got all their money back. It's a situation of their ongoing money will now not going to their new project. It should be going to the developers, which is good to hear. So that's at least one good thing that's come out of this from what I've seen, as long as it gets fulfilled. So, but yeah, the Metacritic is pretty fucking rough. Originally, it was like the score was quite high, and then it just dropped and then dropped and then dropped and dropped. It says it's 68 or now, I believe. But yeah, now let's have a look. I don't actually know what the Metacritic is. Metacritic 2077. Okay, that's weird. That's quite high. That's still quite high. So that's fucking stupid. Look at all the hundreds that are there. So review scores, never trust that. Trust this number. The user score is currently on 7.0, and we see that you've got quite a few positives, quite a few negatives. This is really vindicative usually. There's almost a 50-50 split here. But yeah, pretty fucking bad. The fact that some people will come and just defend and just put 10 out of 10 just to skew the score, but you just have to take everything a grain of salt, because it's the same way in the opposite. Everyone's gonna, a whole heap of people might just give zeros and stuff. Hey Bear, did I miss any good news? All news is good news, Bear. Everything is amazing news. But yes, a little bit. I haven't been doing it for too long. A streaming trials rising last night, and the devs came by. That was really cool. Oh wow, that's really cool. The score for the PC as well. Only play PC is not too bad. Some bugs, but definitely. Oh yeah, you're right. This is the PC one. Thank you for pointing that out, but I didn't look at the other ones. Let's have a look at the other two. So these are the console ones. 54. That's pretty scathing. 3.1. That's awful. 4.2. 5.5. Yeah. It's not great. They're not in a good state. But yeah. I got good news? Do you? What's your good news, Kia? Hopefully it's good news post what's happened to you already. Yeah, anyway. We'll continue on that note for Cyberpunk in later. US law proposes that you can make streaming copyrighted material a felony. Oh my god, so I haven't actually got some of the Twitch stuff here, but Twitch did a whole heap of things recently. They talked about stuff like streaming as a landscape might change heavily over the next few years if stuff like this continues down this path. And just things are being handled very poorly, and it's very disappointing. Just the fact that it feels like the rights of creatives are not being really protected, and there's some things I understand about this stuff, but then there's other stuff that's just fucking crazy to me. It's just, we'll see what hell happens with all of this stuff, but just be aware in the US this stuff is now being looked at again. Yeah, 7 out of 10, too much cyber. Current gen consoles of 27/7 seems to be borderline unplayable. They are 100%. Bear, it's just awful. I'm getting better with my crutches. You're like an ATST. You have to make the noises while you walk. No props, strawberries. All right. So, Monster Hunter Rise has been doing something that's nice and fun, which a couple of them have a little bits and pieces of new monsters and things that haven't been shown off in other trailers. Dual blades and bow, as well as a whole heap of other weapons already, have had the little demonstrations of how they work and stuff like that shown off. Showing new armor, showing just new skills, showing a couple of monsters in combat. So, like Bloodroth, we hadn't seen him in combat. So, if you are interested in Rise and want to go see all this, go to either their Twitter page or go to their YouTube. And there's some really good content just in terms of seeing all that stuff. I won't go through them all because there's quite a few, but yeah, I'm very excited for Rise. Streaming copyright won't last. I feel like the Supreme Court won't find streaming as fair use. They'll find streaming as fair use. They should. I think it's one of those kicking the dust up situations, Kick here. I really hope so, but who knows these days? It's corporatization and all that sort of stuff has a big hold over certain things. So creative outlets get a stranglehold sometimes. I broke down some of the videos on stream in Discord. It was cool new tech. Some of the new tech looks cool. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I probably should do that, but I haven't found the time to do that yet. I'm excited by a whole heap of them. Problem is, I'm kind of in two minds about talking about moveset stuff though, Bear, is because I kind of like waiting until I get my hands on. I'd rather talk about what content in terms of actual mechanical new stuff is in the game rather than the actual moveset specifically. So those videos probably aren't enough for me to... I'd have to put them collectively and pick out and choose little bits and pieces, but I think that there is some fun stuff in there though that they haven't really pointed out yet. More CD Projekt. They apologize for Cyberpunk 27 performance issues. Oh, I'm glad they apologized. That's good to hear. I guess we're getting refunds, I guess. Big old apology. But basically one of the things is there's a lot of stuff where people are basically saying that they did not talk about what the console versions were before release and deliberately avoided showing it off. So, see how that goes. The Supreme Court aren't baboons. They're super professional and know that what they're doing when it comes to the law. The thing is, Kick here though, it's at different levels and stuff like that. The hard part is technological law. There's a whole heap of stuff related to that, especially to digital rights stuff, that is very arcane in especially US law. US law around a lot of that stuff drives me fucking insane because it impacts a whole heap of other places, and a lot of like stuff happens from America as a main location, and then it impacts the entire world. So there's a lot of stuff that you guys are very, very slow on that just drags down for a lot of us. That's the Grand Blue thing we were talking about. Yeah. Makes people wait 8 years. The game doesn't work. Yeah. It's hard, Sasquatch. I've talked about it before. One of the main reasons I think this is a big problem is they bit off way more than they could chew. Like there's a very, 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 very large difference between a conceptual game such of Witcher versus what Cyberpunk is. Because Cyberpunk is not something that they've necessarily practiced at making those types of games before, which I'm talking more in terms of GTA, physics, shooters, like hard RPG elements of like actual branching paths sort of stuff. Like the Witcher is very more route in that sort of regard, but it's one of those things that they should have tackled something else before they went for something of that scope, and I think they're really suffering from it now. And, oh well. Gotta learn somehow, I guess. They also had issues with what I come up with copyright, even with media. Yeah, I think this will be a ongoing thing, Kick here, with all that sort of stuff. It's going to be interesting to deal with law around the digital landscape. But yeah, Cyberpunk, Square Enix trademarks Chocobo Grand Prix in Japan. So this is an old game. I don't know why this is being re-trademarked. I don't know if that means we're getting some sort of release of it in some capacity. But yeah, I very much doubt this is returning as a game series. But yeah, don't know. Really don't know what the heck this is about. So we'll see. The point, yeah, it might be to do a 14 or 11, which is entirely possible. Oh, I get to talk about Virgil. Shit, I get to talk about Devil May Cry. So if you didn't see, I was very excited by this news, because I do not have the console version of Devil May Cry 5, which, by the way, if you haven't played it and you love action games, you should be playing Devil May Cry 5. It is an extremely good game and it is worth the wait for us as DMC fans. But Virgil didn't come out to PC straight away, so we can play Virgil now. I want to play Virgil. I gotta go play Virgil. So we'll probably try and find time on stream maybe next week to do that. I really want to play it. Gotta drive quick. Kikia can be mod. Do I have to mod Kikia now? Is that what's happening? DJ, I haven't got the hands to do that. We're doing the news. The SNES and the NES Nintendo Switch Online add Donkey Kong Country 3, Ignition Factor, Super Valus 4, Tough Enough, Shade on December 18th. And I don't know if they've got the Japanese ones here too. Now, if this is just for if you have the Switch, a Nintendo Switch Online, you get the free SNES and SNES ports and stuff like that. And they're right. Just more stuff, new stuff. It's easy to mod this chat. Just ignore it. That's right. Just ignore my chat. It'll just be fine. I'm too secret swords daddy. I'm a spy. Report criminals to CJ. And then an occasional bop. We haven't had a bop. I can't remember the last time I had to bop someone. But yeah. Yeah. Back 4 Blood close alpha briefing trailer. So, Back 4 Blood, if you guys didn't see during the Game Awards, is the announced title for the devs from Left 4 Dead post leaving Valve to create more of Left 4 Dead without being attached to Valve, and it looks pretty fun. And we're getting an alpha, so team for Left 4 Dead 3. It's pretty much Left 4 Dead 3, pretty much. Gonna go lurk now? No problem, CJ. Good luck doing whatever you're doing. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. Yeah, it looks pretty fucking cool. It's really annoying that this is happening, that I have to click on it, but yeah, if you haven't watched the trailer, go watch the trailer. If you want to get in the alpha, then yeah. I'm in the... Oh, you're in the alpha. Shit. You're gonna play it tonight after our GU session. That sounds amazing, man. Let me know if you enjoy it. It looks really good. Left 4 Dead 2 too. We need to get a lot of 2s in there. I mean, shit, Sasquatch. 2 2s make 4. Wow. I actually didn't realize when we originally watched the trailer, it was called Back 4 Blood. I didn't click that it was Left 4 Dead. For some reason, I thought there was like Left 4 Dead 3. I'm like, oh, this is the 4th iteration of Left 4 Dead. I was like, no, that's not right. Like, I was thinking about that patch. Left 3 Dead? Pretty much. But yeah, I'm excited for that alpha. Hopefully, I'll probably play it when it's in beta, maybe. If I can get hands on it, but yeah. PSO2 New Genesis closed beta will be held next year in Japan. You gonna go to sleep early? No problem, Alex. I really need to go to sleep early tonight. I'm so tired. PSO2 New Genesis closed beta will be held next year. Another beta. You guys know I like PSO. PSO2 is fucking amazing, and New Genesis looks really, really polished and shiny and new and big and fun and crazy and modern. So I really want to play it. The stuff that they've talked about they're going to do to this game just sort of is crazy to me in terms of the landscape from MMO. So, or transition for an MMO, I guess. Yeah. Beta will be coming very soon if you're interested. Kojima Productions announces that it will appear on its announcements will appear on its 5th anniversary. So if you're a fan of Kojima and Koji Pro, they've only got their one game, which is Death Stranding. We will seemingly get a new announcement coming up on December 16th, which I just realized this has already happened, which I'm fairly sure that maybe that's their announcement I've already got here. Hang on. I think this is it. Death Stranding PC update adds Cyberpunk 2077 crossover content. I don't know if it was that. I actually realized that I thought this was actually a few days from now, and I didn't realize that when I grabbed that piece of that article, it would already happened. Hey Mo, the announcements were nothing. Yeah, I realized I actually had seen these. So yeah. Was there something else? Was there I felt like there was another announcement, but also I like it's an extra capital there. There's really nothing, especially when people aren't hot on Cyberpunk right now. The fact that they did this was not a really good idea. Just liking while I play Dota. No problem, man. Thank you for the lurk, though. So yeah. Alright. I wish Koji Pro had done more. Oh, here's a fucking insane one. Alright, I completely forgot about this one until I got back to it. So, remember how we talked about SNK? So, SNK, old Japanese company, fighting games, arcade games, all that stuff. They got purchased by a Chinese company. Chinese company released a couple of newer versions of some of their games. They're funding them. It's all good. That's fine. Then, they recently got purchased by a big oil baron from Saudi Arabia, a prince. He has lots of money, giving it money to them. Now we're getting a console, supposedly? I don't know what the fuck's going on. I don't know what's going on with SNK. The idea that they would even try and enter the console war, if this is possibly what they're teasing, is madness. I cannot see SNK entering in. However, this is SNK that is owned by China. They have a foothold in China now. China is still a market that has a very large issue with terms of having consoles and having a full video game industry established properly. We're now seeing quite a bit of change in the past few years. However, it's seemingly a situation where that might be a reality. We might have this console. It could do well in China, and it could be its own foothold in that country, which would be a really fucking big deal. Like, I can't stress, if that actually happens as a series of events, that could be insane for the industry. But hard to say. I can't really imagine it, but could be a thing. They answered an email to help out an oil baron prince. Should have too. Oh, it worked out for them. Got a lot of money. Well, I don't know if they got really money. It's just they're now weirdly owned. December Indie World includes Among Us Splunky Switchport. So if you guys didn't catch, Nintendo did a December Indie World presentation. They showed off a whole heap of independent games. Some pretty cool ones here too. So a lot of these you guys probably would recognize. Things like Splunky, Super Meat Boy, Among Us. There was a few new ones. So something like Kyoja it's a Japanese developer. Cyber Shadow's coming out soon from the people who made Shovel Knight. So that's pretty cool. There were a few little fun things in there. So if you have a Switch and you want to play some indie games, maybe check out some of these. Some of them seem pretty interesting. Yeah. But the Among Us probably was the big one by far. So there's this news here. So Among Us, the money that they're getting, they're obviously trying to grow. They want to grow and develop, and they want to have more and more and more, and I want to see more from them, and that's exciting. I always like to see small indie companies just explode and see what they can do. But yeah, among with that, there is... If I can find the other article... Also announced was Among Us coming to the Xbox Series Series X, and the Xbox One. So... Among Us is going to be everywhere. You guys don't have an excuse now. You can come play Among Us with any streamer, any people you want. Get your friends together, play more Among Us. It'll never end. Yeah. Now, a few of my viewers are a fan of this series. I don't know if any of them are quite here right now, but To the Moon and that entire series is getting a sequel called Finding Paradise. I did not know that this was coming. It's kind of feels like a bit out of nowhere. I wasn't the biggest fan of To the Moon. I might return to it, actually see if it actually has emotional payoff, but I talked about it before. The writing really rubbed me the wrong way. I feel like the premise of that story could have been told better. But a lot of people seem to have really enjoyed it. So it's getting a sequel. So if you're a fan, you're very fortunate. Hopefully it goes well for them. More lore stuff. I want to play To the Moon. You should, Kiki. It's pretty cheap and you can get it on Steam. It's quite old though now. I had trouble streaming it actually, but yeah. UK members of Parliament call for ban on bulk buying consoles. Alright, so we've seen what happened during COVID times and the release of these consoles. Despite selling so very well, pretty hard to get your hand on a console despite selling so well. And a bit of it was due to the scalping that was happening. It was pretty fucking heavy this time around. Now, one of the things is we need to keep in consideration that is a lot of these laws need to be sort of updated or enforced in a better method. If this stuff is happening and it's not really being like managed effectively, then yeah, it's unfortunate, but it's good to see a lot of European countries are trying to take the step up. Australia trying to does it. A lot of customer protection needs to start happening because otherwise stuff like this is yeah. Like bulk buying as in scalpers? Yeah, pretty much. It's pretty much bots and like anyone just reintroducing it into a market at a higher price. And there was a lot of that. There was a lot of that. That was fucking insane, a lot of it. And really, there's no real laws to really nail down too easily these people. It's just putting enough in the way to sort of make it difficult or hard or whatever. I hate it, but then the free market, pretty much. Hey Trixie, how you going? Welcome back. I got a potato. I want a potato. I actually just had lunch, so I don't. I'm pretty full. But yeah. We'll see what the UK sort of decides with it. I can't imagine a huge amount happening about it because it's pretty hard to enforce anything. But yeah, they're looking at it. It won't happen. It won't happen if people are so desperate to buy one on 9. Yeah, pretty much. Exactly, Kiki. If people are willing to pay for that much, then they can't really do much about it. Hi, fine, and you? I'm doing pretty good. I'm a little sleepy. We're just getting through the news. Probably about halfway now. And then, yeah, we'll play a bit of the PS5. So I might have to duck out at a certain point, just very quickly at least, to just organize some stuff, and then we can jump in again. Hopefully I don't have to go midway through this news thing though. Cyberpunk 2077 developers were updating to the very last, the last gen version to the very last minute. So we pretty much could have predicted this. This is one of those situations where, unfortunately, it really was the case where the game was in such a appalling state for the PS4, and seemingly both last gen versions were so bad that it insinuated that they weren't ready. They did not have the time to finish whatever they were doing and release it, and those extra crunch hours that were added was them trying to at least get it in a tidied up state enough to ship. Not in a state that's actually functional and consumable friendly, but at least functional enough that it was able to be sold, which is what happened. And unfortunately, it wasn't enough. And that game should have gone back into the oven. It should have not come out on consoles for some time. Maybe if not at all on the last generation, in some regard. But yeah, it's pretty bad. And we've already talked about it a lot today. And I feel like we're going to talk about it a bit more, unfortunately. This is the big talking point right now. Cyberpunk is in a very, very, very bad spot right now. I give up. I'll give you 2,500 for one of your PS5s. Trixie, that's what we're talking about. It's pretty much like how people are treating the PS5s, unfortunately. Like, people are just so desperate for them that it's how they get you. The scalpers, they know the demand is so high for the next generation. I will say it's very high, but not many people will be able to take advantage of it. Is where we're at right now. There's not a lot of games for the PS5. As you'll show you later, I can show you again. There's very, very, very few titles. Really, waiting 3 months post-release of the PS5 probably is the best time to, the more logical time to get it. And even then, it might not be the best time. So that's pretty much it, Kikia. They're going to be in production for years, 100%. They come back. They're not like going to go away forever. Tales of Arise enters its final stages of development. So this is a game I'm excited for. So Tales, it was just an RPG. I knew about it, but I never played them, and they seemed cool. But it's now one of those situations where the delays just over the course of this year have taken a while to get this one out there. But we're almost at the release date of it, and they're going to announce that hopefully soon. But they basically are in the final stages of development, so hopefully this game comes out and people enjoy it. I really, really want this one to do well, because it's an action game. Action, RPG, open world, sounds super fun to me. There's nothing for them out there worthwhile to pay a scalper. Yeah, really, really isn't, Trixie. Unless you're a Souls fanatic, which I am, or a person who also has a lot of older games that you want to go get upgraded without having to worry about using your getting a PS4 Pro or an SSD, which was all of these things, pretty much all the things that I exist as a weird entity out there. To me, it makes sense for me getting a PS5 early, but for a lot of people, I really don't suggest it. I really highly suggest just watch Vitriolic through other people, just ignore, don't think about the fact that it's actually out. Hold off. You can probably get one much later at a proper price, and you will be able to get more content for it. There is a lot of things out in the previous generation that I assure you that a lot of people haven't played or interacted with, and they were worthwhile. I feel like waiting 2 or 3 years, that's a long time. I never even, then again, I like getting them in the first year. I never had a GameCube, and I brought the GameCube when I'm like 19. Now I'm 24, yeah. I mean, some people can do that. Like, it's one of those things. Like, if you can be patient, you're probably a better gamer in a sense. Better than me. I had one, I likely regret it, and I selling 2 to a friend. Wait, hang on. You had one, and I lightly regret it, selling it to a friend? Wait, you had a PS5 or a GameCube? Which one, Trixie? GameCube was amazing. I'd never sell my GameCube. I don't sell any of my things. That's just more Monster Hunter. Okay. Here's another weird one. I haven't really got to talk about Devotion, I think, on stream before. So, Devotion. Do you guys know about this game? It is a horror game that was made in Taiwan, which was very, very loved. It became a cult classic very quickly. People found that game to be a very good horror game. However, it was found that there was in the code and a few of the, I think it was a few visuals in game, were anti-China, well, not democracy, but China government. And if you know about Chinese and Taiwan relations, it's pretty rough. And pretty much a lot of Chinese fanatics took to the internet, and they brought it down. They brought down the score, they attacked Steam, there was a lot of stuff. There was a lot of hoo-ha around that. And then Steam made the decision, and I think likely also the Red Candle Games also made the decision to bring down the game. I don't think anyone was really happy about it. Yeah, became an even more cult classic because of the fact that people wanted that game back because it was a good game, and just because of the relations again. However, GOG seemingly was going to bring it back. It says it announces the launch of Devotion on GOG, but then GOG says it won't list it. So unfortunately, it was sort of like about to come back, and then it went away again. So it really shows just how insane certain bodies of the world can get involved and prevent things from getting out there. So it's a little sad. Hopefully that company gets another game. I don't know. It's just really just sad because it's too over the top. A PS5. Wow, Trixie, you're a very, very, very good friend for selling it to a friend. I think you'll get another one. Don't you worry. If you guys don't know, a very good friend of mine sold me mine because he wasn't going to play it. So he was like, well, you can have it. He actually does know about my streaming and everything like that, so he thought it would help me and stuff, which I do greatly appreciate. So yeah, I think it's one of those things where if you don't need it for specifically for a need, or you're not going to be playing many of the games coming out, really do wait. Really okay. I'll be back. Gotta go pick up Dad and try. No problem, Trixie. Thank you. I appreciate it. Twitch sets new viewership, so it's not only games setting new milestones and stuff of sales and viewership and playing at the time. Twitch has hit new milestones again for November, hitting 1.7 billion hours watched. 1.7 billion hours watched. That is so insane. The fact that I look at my hour count sometime on Twitch and realize just how many hours you guys watch of me, of my silly little cat antics, still blows my mind. And I, again, appreciate the absolute living shit out of you all. And I just am so excited that when I was a young kid, and I love video games, I had friends that liked video games. I knew quite a few friends that did. But not to the level I did. I never knew it was one of those things where I loved games so much, and I couldn't find anyone else that liked them to the degree that I did. But as I grew older and realized more and more people were playing games, and more people were wanting to watch games, and then there was Twitch, and all the people wanted to Twitch, and I could watch Twitch streamers doing like video games and YouTube, and it's so fun. And I'm so glad that this industry does exist, because it allows us to share experiences with video games, which I think are very important, because I think it's hard to imagine this world without video games. I'll be honest, like, it means so much to me playing them that these things make sense. These numbers make sense to me. Everything, whenever I hear video games destroying movies, video games taking like insane budgets, in terms of like them being so much money, people giving so much money, people playing games, the hour count, everything, all that, everything expanding, to me is just logical to me. I can't imagine a person in this world where they can hate video games, all video games. There will be something for everyone, and if there isn't, they could make one for them. Like, I honestly truly believe that. So it's very fun just to see all of this continually grow over the years. But yeah, sorry for that moment. I just wanted to say that. Google Stadia launches iOS. I take it back, guys. I take it back. We don't need it. We're done with games. We don't need more games. Stadia, you go away now. We're all right. We're okay here. All right. Stadia launches for iOS. Now, I've already talked about cloud gaming and my feeling on that, and I think that it's very extremely niche, and I feel like there's a bit too much budgetary behind it for the industry it is. I know someone needs to start it in the first place, but now it still doesn't feel the time. We love your cat antics and we appreciate it. Thank you, Kiki. I appreciate it. But yes, I guess we're getting more Stadia. I guess it is a little surprising that Google's working with Apple though, but it kind of makes sense because Apple's not really doing anything of this regard and they don't really care. Stadia makes me nervous. I don't know if it's. I don't think it does. To me, I look at it in the same way as VR. I feel like both of those two platforms feel so separate and they don't seem to gel with the rest of the industry that I just don't fucking care. And I don't think anything's going to happen. It's just pretty much waiting for people to stop talking about them in a sense, until they figure themselves out, or they just go die. But we'll see. We'll see in time what happens with it all. Cyberpunk. You didn't think I was done, did you? request refunds for Cyberpunk 27 are met with inconsistent response. Remember how we were talking about how Sony and Xbox were offering refunds and people were able to get them? That's not necessarily true. It's seeming that it's also on Steam. Also, they're having people probably getting them, not getting their refunds properly. Supposedly, this has gotten better since this article was written, but yeah, it's not great. For a game that's caused so much grief, people having now more grief that's now getting put over to Sony, Steam, and Microsoft. This is a rough time. This happens every now and then. Oh, thank you for the follow. I don't know how to say your name. One Irenigus? I appreciate it. But yeah, who knows? This is one of those things where Cyberpunk, like, has done a form of damage to the industry, but it's like one of these come every now and then. A storm that happens and then it goes away. It's just whether or not CD Projekt Red can turn it around and fix the game, improve it, and then get a lot of goodwill from repairing it, because people still want to play this game. I'm still excited to play this game. I will probably play this if it is in a working state 6 months from now, but I am not playing it right now, and that's for certain. Google has a history for dropping support if it flops. That is true. That is very true, Kick here. I'm shocked that they haven't actually dropped its support yet. It's definitely less promoted and less funded as far as I can tell right now, but it seems like they're still pushing it. Alright, I think we've got only good news from here on. Actually, there's one more. Let's go. Let's get into this. So, Neo 2 DLC. This is the final, I believe, DLC for Neo 2, which, if you haven't played that game and you like Souls-like, please play that game. I don't know why so many people aren't playing that game. The final the first Samurai launch trailer has happened, and I'm very excited for it. May as well watch it. Cool. That's not what I wanted to happen at all. Not at all. I've got a message. Oh, I've got to quickly BRB, guys. I think. Hang on. Can't see my phone. It's very dark. Alright, I might have to quickly BRB. Okay, yeah, I'll quickly BRB. Thank you all. I will be right back.
Let's look at the fun.
Could you stop playing with that radio of yours? I'm trying to get to sleep. Could you stop playing with that radio of yours? I'm trying to get to sleep. Could you stop? Could you stop? I'm trying to get to. Would you?
Let's look at the fun.
And I'm back. Time for Neo. Keemstar? No, I wish.
So it has come to this.
Oh, it's the English version of the trailer. I haven't actually heard the English version of this trailer. So, yeah, if you haven't played Neo and you haven't seen the rest of the game, this trailer may not make much sense. But there's a lot of cool shit in here, and I'm excited to see what the story has to hold, because the story is super, super fun. I really do enjoy Neo and Neo 2's universe, and very unlikely we will see a Neo 3. I was shocked we saw a Neo 2, to be honest. But yeah, I can't imagine Neo 3 existing, but if it did, they'd have to go somewhere crazy with the lore. But yeah, I mean, this game already went really crazy with it, but it's a really fun game if you haven't played it. An amazing action game. If you like Diablo-esque games, definitely think about that sort of thing. It's an ARPG action game, basically. Yeah. Oh my gosh, more! Bravely Default 2 final demo now available. So, if you're a fan of Bravely Default, Bravely Default 2nd, and now Bravely Default 2, which is on the Switch, the demo's now out. I really want to play this. There's a lot out right now. Like, there's a lot to talk about. There's a lot of news, a lot of fun shit. But I will definitely be playing this. Maybe we should play it on stream sometime. Yeah. Be a good quick look, I think. Cyberpunk Troubles, more Cyberpunk, cost CD Projekt founders more than $1 billion as the shares fell 25% in 5 days. They're on the rise again. So this is it keeps going up and down, but it is trending back up now. But at an all-time low, like there was an all-time low of 30. Was it 35%? I don't know if this article's got it, but yeah, it's back up now. But yeah, this is weird stuff. This just shows you can lose money to make money to lose money to make money. But when you're that big, they'll be okay. This company will be okay. They've made back their money already. And I think that's the last Cyberpunk news. So yeah, I guess we'll see if anything crazy otherwise happens next week. But for now, Dragon Ball FighterZ has got a new character. The next DLC character has been announced after a leak, which will be Super Baby 2. Now, my friends are super unhappy about this. A lot of people I know are not fans of GT. Dragon Ball Z FighterZ already has a lot of characters, like a lot of characters. Really fun game, but Baby is not one that I don't think people wanted. I honestly thought Omega Shenron, usually Omega Shenron takes the place of Baby. So both of them being final bosses of the GT arcs. But this is the one that's tied to Super Saiyan 4's first reveal. And yeah, this is going to be a weird character. I don't know how he's going to fight. But yeah, I don't think there's any footage of this actually yet, but at least he was announced. So if you guys like DBZ and you like fighters and you like GT ? Then yeah, keep an eye out for when this character drops. Talking about more big numbers, this is where I wanted to tie certain things together. I usually bring stories together that are of related nature, but I didn't get to do this time. The Game Awards sets new viewership record with 83 million live streams, me included. So, if you watched the Game Awards, you probably were involved in these numbers. This is across Steam, across Twitch, YouTube, probably other streaming platforms like Steam and Facebook and all that sort of stuff, Twitter. The numbers also are coming from not just the direct streams to the Game Awards, but probably from ones like me where I was restreaming it basically as it was happening and we were talking over it. So holy shit, people are excited for video games. People are very excited for video games. Pretty cool. There was a lot of announcements. That was a good one to have as big viewerships because there was a lot of announcements for a year that did not have a huge amount because of all the COVID stuff, and a whole heap of delays. Worked out for them. So Game Awards is really well established in the industry now. So it's only a few years old, just to remind people. So Jeff Niley really figured it out. But yeah. Pretty cool. Gosh. I forgot about this one. Immortals Phoenix Rising, which I'm not really that interested in, brings Finn, Jake, and Lady Rainicorn from Adventure Time. Now, I love Adventure Time. I haven't watched it in a very long time. I stopped watching probably about halfway through because I started not like where it went. But Phoenix Rising plus a series that sort of like was on the downhill. Like, this seems like a weird combination. Anyway, this art. I just wanted to talk about this art. What is this? What am I looking at? What was that? This makes more sense, what I'm seeing here. But I don't know what it looks like in game. Is there a trailer? Is it in game? I want to see what it looks like in game. I legit haven't looked at this. No, they've just got an animated sequence. Alright, do they have it? Oh, okay, there's Rainicorn. Oh, Jake just takes the place of the dog. Okay. Very strange. It actually doesn't look too bad in game. By the way, don't get this game on Switch. It looks awful on Switch. It looks so busted. That version of the game looks really rough. Oh, we're here, guys. Okay, hang on. We'll do this one first, and then I'll talk about this. Disgaea RPG English version will arrive in spring 2021. So, yeah, I'm excited. Disgaea is not really like. There's a whole heap of Disgaea stuff that I feel like a lot of people won't talk about. This is the mobile one, by the way. And I think Disgaea on mobile actually makes sense. So this will be cool. Again, I don't really play too many RPG games, but holy shit, Disgaea is fun. It's just a very silly RPG. We're here. It's time for Smash Brothers. So first up, they did the announcement for the costumes first, and it was pretty cool. Aerith, Tifa, Barrett, and Gino Mii Fighter costumes are heading to Switch. To Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. So that's really cool. I actually didn't notice the Chocobo one, that's fun. Or did they already exist? I don't know. But Barrett makes sense because he's a gunner. Tifa as a fighter. I talked to my friends and we were like, are we gonna go get like a Cloud one? And they're gonna be like low res, low poly. But no, they went with an Aerith for the sword fighter, which makes sense because it's big stick. But the extra one in a Square Enix Mario RPG, Gino is never becoming a character. Let me restate that. Gino is never becoming a character in Smash Brothers. And I really, really hope this cements it for people, but probably see this all come back again at some point. But you know, whatever. What's up, Kick here? I'm very excited by these costumes. They're pretty cool. I actually was confused. I'm curious how they're going to handle the Tifa dress situation because it's a little weird. Alright. This is the thing that you all wanted to talk about. This is the thing that everyone was so excited for, and I know I was. So like I said, I'm very tired because I went to bed later than I probably should have, and I woke up very early because of stuff I needed to do IRL. But Smash, Sakurai, our man Sakurai, put Sephiroth in and then showed him off. And he's very good with him, and he looks very, very fucking good. I honestly think he might be in top tier status straight off the bat from seeing what he can do. DLC characters usually are pretty strong when they come out, but him in particular seems very, very, very strong. Yeah. Sakurai revealed today during the challenge pack reveal is that he would be in a challenge mode thing that's coming out today. As soon as the presentation ended, I think it was about half an hour to an hour later, there is now a hard mode boss version of Sephiroth that you can go fight before he was actually released, and you can go fight him. And if you fight and win, even on the easiest difficulty, you will unlock Sephiroth for December 22nd. You can go unlock Sephiroth right now. You can play as Sephiroth right now. And yeah, it's pretty cool. I haven't gone and done it myself. I will go do it after stream today. But yeah, hey Gomu, hey Sky, how you going? feel like it's been a while. How have you been? Also, sorry, Gormu, the bot seems to be down right now. I will fix him after the news. We're literally at the end of the news today. I'm just going to do a little bit of a talk, and then I'll do setup for my PS5. And then while I'm doing that, maybe I'll fix the bot up. I finally fixed my PS4. Oh shit, what happened to your PS4? Didn't hear about this. Oh my god. Need some water. I haven't drank enough water recently. Okay. I kind of want to show off a bit of what Sephiroth thing was in today's little thing, so maybe we'll just jump in. Because I know this is sort of news, sort of not news, but I'm going to do it. It's my channel. It's my news segment. I can do what I want. We got half an hour. No, we're not. We're going to watch the whole half an hour. Hey, Cam. Cam the GOAT. It's your boy TJ? TJ? I thought your name was Cam now. Did you change over your username? The hard drive literally fucked up my PS4. Oh shit, it was an X-ROM? My real name's Cam. Now it'll be easy to remember for me. Thank you, I appreciate it. I'm terrible with remembering usernames. Names to usernames. I'm glad you got it fixed though, Sky. That's really bad. Did you get... So, have you got all your saves? Please tell me you had a cloud save set up. That'd be really sad if it didn't. Had to start a new... Oh, you had to make a new account, really? Oh, shit. You should be able to change your account name once a month, question mark? Or is it once every couple months? I can't remember, but... Yeah. Alright. You do? Oh, thank God. That'd be awful if you lost, like, your 500 plus hour save of Monster Hunter. But yeah, so Sakurai started off in a good way. I think this is a smart thing to do, is starting off with the reveals and Mii costumes is a lot better way to do it than doing the other way around and be like, oh yeah, we get them at the end. But yeah, there are also ones that it super makes sense. We pretty much, we were talking about it like yesterday, me and my mates, was like, so do we reckon we're gonna get Cloud Tifa Barrett, or are we going to get Kadaj and the boys from Advent Children? Because Sakurai is a big fan of Advent Children, seemingly, which is pretty cool. If I did lose my data, I would lose my shit. I know, Sky. I don't know what I would do. I'd just speed through everything. The thing is, you'll be able to get through so faster these days with all the content. Oh yeah, the Chocobo hat was a part of the collection. But yeah, when this revealed, this dropped, we laughed very hard because I watched this live with my mates this morning because I just happened to be awake. I wasn't expecting to be awake. There was no way I was going to stream this with how tired I was. But yeah, that's a good set of costumes. So where are we? So they pretty much talk about Sephiroth, the boy. We don't really need to know about him. We know who Sephiroth is. But yeah. He looks pretty fucking powerful. Like he's really, really, really strong. So this is an interesting mechanic. So Sephiroth has something that a lot of other fighters don't have. Only one other fighter has. Which is, well, actually two fighters have, which is Terry with his his extra smash move becoming available, and then also I was going to call him Ludicolo, the other Pokemon that has it, where he takes damage, and I really am struggling this morning, guys. Help me. The furry one, the furry dog. But anyway, so basically Sephiroth will get a wing form once he hits a certain percentage. The percentage is actually dynamic, which is interesting. He actually has some balancing based on it. It's not like Terry where it's just specific, like it's not, it doesn't reach 100 and then it happens. For Sephiroth, you'll notice here in this match, he activated it at 80%. Lucario, thank you, CJ. I was stuck on the L. I knew it was the L, but I couldn't think of what it was. But he mentions here that it also can change it like 3 stock. If he's 3 stock and Marth was 1 stock, it actually would have activated at 105%. If there's more people on the stage, I think it actually changes it even more so. But yeah. Oh hey, I have my Twitch on my phone. I left the stream on at home. Will this earn me double zenny? I don't think that's how it works, CJ. I think it only looks for 1 account at a time. But maybe, who knows? It's also afternoon, not morning. I know. Yeah, fine. It's weird. How is it? It's almost 2. Jeez. Weird to think I've been streaming for that long today. But yes, so pretty much the wing allows you to become stronger just in every regard. And then you get triple jump. That's pretty cool. Triple jump's pretty good. So if you get knocked off the stage and you activate and you need to get back to stage, it might be really, really good for you. It gets super armor. Super armor is crazy powerful. Super armor is one of the best things you can get in fighting games by far. So if he gets the high percentages, he might just have your life. You don't get it if you die, that's fair enough. So one of the things is that also, if you get a kill on someone, it will go away, which makes sense. Otherwise, they'd be very powerful. So this is the thing I was talking about, where it's like, see, stock, Link's on 3 stock, Sephiroth's on 1 stock. He got his wing back at 30%. At 30%, he will have his wing, and he can keep it for the entire stock. The thing is, though, that's only to take 1 stock back. But the same in the reverse, so it's like 100. I think it was 105 for 3 stock. He has a different sweet spot on his sword. It's in the middle, not at the end. So you pretty much want to try and capture everyone in the middle, which is about the same range as most of the tippers anyway. So, yeah. So a lot of mechanically, he's not too crazy mechanically. He works mostly like a lot of fighters we already know. Juggle. His reach is insane. He has so much reach. Look at that sword. His sword normals are pretty much what you would think they would be for a sword normal character. He has some pretty crazy tech around using the sword on the edge of the stage, because he can grab it on the side of the stage. He's in the airs are pretty okay. I think he just all around is a good character. I can't really see much that he's not very good with. He's a little bit slow, but he's still pretty fucking quick, I'm gonna be honest. So here's the him stabbing into the side of the stage, which is pretty fun. I love that. I love that. I can't wait to see people abuse the shit out of that and just fight on the edge of the stage. But yeah. Hey Pritz, how you going, man? Are you gonna be joining us today for Monster Hunter? Oh, they added Tifa. Didn't do much on her character model, it seems. No, they didn't add Tifa. They added the Mii costume. But yeah, that's basically Tifa. But yeah, those attacks look really fucking good. But some of the interesting stuff usually live under your Bs, and the B moves are particularly interesting. This is cool though. You can stab through the stage. What the fuck? What are you playing, World or GU? We're going to be doing GU today. That's so good. Have you ever watched how I fight Ike with Ike sometimes? And how I use my sword through the stage from above, and then sometimes I try to do it from before and below, and it just doesn't reach a lot of the case. Sephiroth will easily hit you through stages. G-woo-woo? Ooh-woo? G-woo-woo? Gosh. This is probably the thing that will make him one of the most scary characters. Look at that as a fucking edge guard. That's crazy. Not only that, he has very good air recovery as well, and has a whole heap of stuff in terms of like, hang on, where are we? There's a couple of moves you'll see as to why I think he's really good for edge guarding as well. I sense a Sephiroth incoming. Probably. I mean, Ike will always be my boy though. That's the thing. I think Sephiroth though will probably work very well. Sephiroth plays my playstyle. So I think that I probably will end up enjoying him. So we'll see. His throws really good. He has the differing versions of flare, so it's flare, mega flare, and then giga flare. So it's no charge and all the way up to charge, but full charge looks crazy strong. And there's some stuff that's abusable about it too. Ike's one of my boys. I have no real main. Yeah, the funny thing is I probably am that category, but Ike is my one that I want to say is my main. This is grimy. Watch this. He does some grimy shit here. Watch this. So he exploded them and hit them at the same time. Then over here, this one. Oh, hang on, I skipped it. Flare. Watch the flare. It hits, and then he charges and grabs them. That's so bullshit. That's so good. I don't know how easy it's going to be able to land that though, because Giga Flare does take a little bit to charge, and it's only when you hit Giga, not Mega or normal Flare, so... Zelda is the way to go. Zelda's pretty good. Zelda's really good in this game, yeah. I actually like Zelda more than Sheik, actually. There's some other cool stuff. Here we go. Here's what makes this character broken. Are you ready for it? I talked about it in the trailer. I think this is possibly his strongest move. Shadow Flare. That's crazy good. This is a setup move. I want to know what the range is to apply it. You can apply multiples of it. And you can apply 5 fireballs. And it juggles. So each of them is a hit stun. Each of them has a juggle state. Meaning that you can set that up and set up into something. And he's already scary as it is with just his normals. If you can put those on and then chase and force them, you can either force them into a block state, a dodge state, or they can just get juggled. That's really scary. That is a very, very scary move in any fighting game. And I'm so curious how people are going to try and deal with that. Sephiroth is daddy as fuck. He is. He's coming for you though. He cares for you. He cares enough that he's going to kill you. I love that though. I love that you can reflect them. It's really fun. So Flare deals damage and has a big delay knocking them. Wild. Yeah. Normal Flare is good. Giga Flare is really, really good. But Shadow Flare might be his strongest move. I love this. You can pick him up and throw him. Look how good this is. Oh my god. So funny. But yeah. This is pretty fun. Oh yeah, he has Blade Dash, so this is his charge. So this is your B up. So if you hold it, it turns into Octo Slash, which is really fucking good. So the reason why I think this attack is crazy good is because of its recovery potential. So I want to see if we can find the point in the video. So yeah, you can charge off, be careful, as always, that's those sort of moves. But check this out. Hang on, I skipped it. So check this. So this is a recover move. B, you can hit people on the way up through the stage, and look how far it hits. You can just do normal like that, but watch this. If you charge it, that's so good. That's so good. If you do vertical though, you'll notice that it hits up to the right, but if you want to do it on a kind of on an angle, really good. He also has this counter, which is, it's deliberately not a good counter, and it's a good thing he doesn't have a good counter. It's just a nice block, basically. It's not too powerful, but it's good, because it doesn't, if it takes 2 damage, it doesn't block the full thing. If it gets hit by spells and stuff like that, it doesn't work. It doesn't block from both sides. So yeah, it doesn't reflect projectiles. Like it's fair. It's like, this is a fair counter. It's not too bad. So I like this. Proves that Villager is still an OP god. Dang it, Villager. I do like Villager. That's fucking good though. I like that. Look at that. Sephiroth's gonna be really good. I want to see where his weakness actually lies. Oh, here we go. So you may, if you watch the start of the stream, you may have noticed I played something. Look familiar? Sephiroth's final move. Yeah, Supernova is a really fucking flashy, like fun, cool thing to watch in game in 7. Very long animation, but it's very quick in this. But what's cool about this, it actually, you probably won't see this very often because most people don't play with Smash Ball on or Smash Meter, but it actually does different things. So it can actually status affect the people. You can get reverse controls, it can add extra launch, it can try and break shields easier. There's also, I think there's other ones, it was like darkness and stuff. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Don't know how often you're going to really encounter that though, but it looks very cool. You got food? Oh, nice, Kikia. I actually already ate, so you keep all your food, Kikia. But, so, this was the thing that I was excited for, but we don't also have this as well. Omni Slash, level 5, or version 5. So this is Advent Children's special. I'm totally going to watch Advent Children this week, I think. Without a doubt. I'm going to watch it with mates. I fucking love that movie. I love Advent Children. So I'm so excited to see more references in it. But yeah, it comes. So the Advent Children costume now will come with that move. I don't know if it's just against Sephiroth, but I think it's against everyone. But I think that's pretty cool. Oh man, okay, we're still going. I was like gonna only do a bit of this, but it's like I just want to talk about this because it was just so fun. I love 7 to death. So you actually fight over Crater, and it shows out quite a lot of the battle area. You can see the high wind in the background. There's the climbing rock area. It goes all the way into the mountains, so there's lots of little screens you were seeing. We go into the live stream. You see some of the arenas that you would have fought, like some of the Genova on. You see, I think it also has a representation of Holy here, so you can actually see Holy in what looks like the old school art style, which is pretty cool. Holy activates, and then you get out in the high wind. Meteor! And you're greeted with the end of Final Fantasy VII. The landing of Meteor. I think the thing I said, like, because people don't like Advent Children because Advent Children confirms that, like, they survived post-Meteor, but the point of 7 is that you're not meant to know whether or not you succeeded or not. But that's okay. It's just a fun fan thing. But, like, yeah, fuck me, like, I love this little moment here of the live stream preventing Meteor, and this is just something that's happening in the back of the stage, and I wonder whether or not they're going to show it actually beat it and Advent Children confirm, or they're going to go with Flash and then it just restarts the stage, which it probably is going to do that, but yeah. Again, then Sakurai decides to do the boss. He does like a boss rush, so apparently there's a boss rush that you get for him as his little challenge, which is fun. But then there's also there's this whole song list. Also, people were worried that there was not going to be too many songs. We get Bombing Mission, Those Who Fight, another version of it, Aris theme, main theme of 7, Genova, Cosmo Canyon, One Wing Angel, Advent Children, One Wing, and these are the new arrangements. So it's like a lot there. 9 is your favorite? 8's my favorite kick here. I fucking love 8. But there's very little, whatchamacallit, 8 representation outside of, like, the city and stuff like that. Oh no, I seem to have an error right now. Hopefully the stream's okay. Can you guys still hear me? I assume you guys can still hear me. Streamlabs, I might need to go fix Streamlabs. It's having a problem today. But yeah, so Sephiroth will be available December 22nd for $6 US. Pretty cheap. But thing is, they added an extra thing. The Sephiroth challenge. Limited time event to fight Sephiroth as a boss character. This will unlock the character. This is what I was talking about. If you want to go get Sephiroth right now, go fight him in a challenge mode on an easy, normal, or difficult. Doesn't matter which. And oh my god, something just happened. Oh my god! Code Warlock, thank you, man. How you doing? Oh man, thank you for subscribing on with your Twitch Prime. I appreciate it, man. How you going? You caught me right at the end of the news. I've decided to go on a rant spree about Sephiroth. Yeah. Have you played him? Are you excited? How you doing? Good, how are you? I'm very tired, but I'm very excited to talk about Sephiroth nonetheless. Sorry to interrupt. That's fine. Totally okay. But yeah, like, I'm super happy with how Sephiroth's looking. I really can't wait to play him. I'll play with him tonight, and then I think maybe we'll play together tomorrow on stream. Because tomorrow will be the 500 special, and I will be doing a lot of like play with fewer games, and I feel like that those ones would be good ones to do. Oh, we actually have Dan new news, immediate like news that's just hot off the presses. Oh, thank you for the follow, Hobo Sasquatch. I appreciate it, man. I'm sorry, Prince. No, the bot's currently broken right now. I have to fix him between the break. It seems like he disconnected again. It happens sometimes. But yeah, Dan Hibiki has just is launching in February 2021. That's still a while away. That makes sense. Sony removes... Oh, so this is the thing CJ talked about. Sony removes Cyberpunk from the 27 from the PlayStation Store. Promises refunds. That's pretty big. There was also another big piece of news that I haven't seen covered yet. I will have to go look for it. There was something I saw on Twitter, and now it's eluding me what it was. It was... it's gone. There's something else that happened this morning that hasn't been covered. But yeah, I think that's everything. I think it's time for a bit of a break, and then maybe we will I'll try and fix the bot, and then we'll do a bit of... I mean, okay, hang on. Here's a thought. So I was actually planning to do Astro's Playroom. I really want to play more Astro's Playroom. But I could do Sephiroth right now. We have... It's like 2 o'clock. I've only got like half an hour, really, before I need to... before I play with Bear, so... I'm not sure what I want to do. My bot was malfunctioning. Hang on. We'll finish up with the news and I'll jump over the thing just chatting. 1 second.